Hey guys, so for today's video, I texted my friends in the Stanford Latino group chat and asked them all to send me a video introducing themselves, talking a little bit about their background, where they're from, and their stats and GPA and extracurriculars that they were a part of. Before we get into the video, make sure to like this video, comment down below, and subscribe to my channel.
Hi, my name is Sochi Lorenzo. I'm originally from LA, then I moved to Palmdale, California. My intended major is human biology on the pre-med track.
Hi, my name is Trileni. I live in New York City. I am Afro-Latina. My intended major, right now I am mainly undecided, but I have interest in sociology and mathematics.
Hi everyone, my name is George San Miguel. I'm from a city called Bakersfield, California, which is about 4 hours south from Stanford. So right now I know that I want to go to humanities for sure, but I'm not exactly confident in which major I want to go into. Right now my intended major is political science, but I also have an interest in history, so I know that could be a backup for me.
Hey guys, I'm Carlos. I'm from the Coachella Valley here in Southern California. I'm planning on majoring in engineering physics, but if I change that major, my alternate major is like mathematical and computational science, so it'll probably be one of those two. As of right now, that's what I have in mind, and I'll probably minor in math.
Hi, my name is Gabe Magana, and I'm from Dallas-Fort Worth, Texas. I intend to major in computer science at Stanford, even though I'm not this insane computer science person. I've taken like 2 classes on it.
Hi, my name is Olivia. I'm from Long Island, New York, and my intended major is either civil or bioengineering.
Hello, my name is Melina Seligman Tovar, and I am a Mexican-American from Marin County, which is about an hour and a half north of Stanford. I applied through the Early Action Program, and I applied as my top interest being science, technology, and society, but I'm completely undecided, and I'm hoping to figure that out by taking some classes there.
Hi, I'm Natalia, and I'm a Mexican-American from Orange County, California, which is about 6 hours south of Stanford. I applied to Stanford through QuestBridge, but didn't match, so I went through regular decision.
Hi, my name is Cesar Rodriguez, and I'm from Queens, New York. I was admitted to Stanford through the QuestBridge National College Match, and I'm pretty undecided, but I know I want to pursue something in the arts and sciences, and as of right now, I have an interest in human biology.
Hi guys, my name is Hernandez from Baltimore, Maryland. I am a QuestBridge match, so I applied through the QuestBridge National College Match. My intended major is chemical engineering, maybe into pre-law.
I sent in both my SAT and my ACT scores. I had an ACT of a 32 and an SAT of a 1470 super scored. And then my SAT 2s, I took 3 and I sent I sent 2 in. I sent Spanish, which was an 800, and I sent US history, which was a 750, and then I had Bio E, which was a 730, which I didn't send in. And then my GPA unweighted was a 3.9, weighted was a 4.7, unranked 3 out of a class around 640 something.
My GPA when I applied was an unweighted 94.17. I have a 1290 SAT.
SAT was 1380, ACT was 30, GPA 4.5, and then for AP tests, I got 2 5s, which were 2 4s.
So for the SAT, I got a 1300 the first time, but then the second time I got a 1450, a 670 in reading, and a 780 in math. So those are the score. That's the score that I sent to Stanford, was the 1450, and the highest essay score that I got on the SAT was a 767, and I got that when I got the 1300. So that's the one that I sent to Stanford that they looked at. For the ACT, I got a 30 both times, but my super score of my ACT, when you put my best scores all together, I got a 32. And my best writing score for the ACT was, the first time I took it, I got an 11. So that's that. The SAT subject test scores that I took that I sent to Stanford were the 690 in physics and a 690 in math 2. I had a overall unweighted GPA of a 4.0, I got straight A's, and then my weighted GPA was a 4.66. And out of 391 kids, I was number one in my class. And APs, I took a total of 10 AP classes, 12 AP exams.
My stats are that I have a 1530 SAT, 34 ACT, and I'm valedictorian out of a class of 800.
So for my stats, my SAT score was a 1500 and my weighted GPA was 100.525.
And my SAT score was a 1510 unsuper scored. I took 2 SAT subject tests and I got 770 on math level 2 and 790 on Spanish with listening, and I cried halfway through that test. I took 6 AP tests and I got 5s on all of them except one, and on another one of them, well, my score was canceled, so. But anyways, I am 10th out of my class of 355. My GPA was 4.3 weighted.
And my GPA unweighted was 3.90. My weighted GPA was 4.90. And my SAT was a 1390. I didn't submit any subject tests because they're not required. Neither were they good. It's enough to send.
As for my stats, I have a 1450 SAT, a 710 Biology M SAT subject test. I also have a 100.46 weighted GPA, and I have taken 7 APs, 1 college class, and lots of honors courses.
As for my stats, I scored a 33 composite score on the ACT. I scored a 720 on the physics subject test and a 680 on the math 2 subject tests. I scored 5s on the AP Physics 1, World History, and Calc AB tests. I also have a weighted GPA of 4.5 and an unweighted GPA of 4.0.
I had 5 main extracurriculars. I did varsity swim all 4 years, this last season being captain, and then I did cross country all 4 years, 2 years JV, 2 years varsity with being captain the last 2 years. I'm a youth leader at my local church for about the last 2.5 years. I have an internship at the morgue, and now I'm in training to receive my certification to become a medical assistant.
I was a student ambassador for my school, which basically means I represented them in outside events. I was a part of the National Honor Society, which I was a secretary for my main office and a teaching assistant. I was a freshman mentor and tutor. I was a peer advisory leader, which basically means I led my advisory in certain things and activities. I was a curriculum consultant with my dean. I was on my campus's volleyball team.
One of the main things I was involved in throughout high school was music. So I was in band for 4 years in our Wind Symphony, which is our highest band, and then I was in orchestra for 3 years and jazz band for 2 years, and then sprinkled in through that was our marching band and our basketball and football pep band. I was a member of National Honor Society sophomore and junior, and then I became the president senior year. I was a lifetime member of the California Scholarship Federation, and then I was in Mu Alpha Theta for 3 years, which is our national math society. I made a club called Model United Nations, and I was its president, and then I was also in different clubs that were subsections of a club called UN, which is UNESCO, UNICEF, WHO, and Genuine. And then I was involved in our school's ASB, which is kind of like our student council. I was a commissioner of community service, so I was really passionate about community service throughout high school.
You know, varsity tennis for 4 years, and I was captain my senior year. Clubs I did at school were like the Math Tutors and Academic World Quest, which is like a annual academic quiz competition about like international affairs and foreign policy. So I was a tutor my sophomore, junior, and senior year, and I was president of the club my senior year, and then I was vice president my junior year. Academic World Quest, I was a participant my sophomore, junior, and senior year, but then I was captain my junior and senior year. As for like more volunteer center stuff, I was in my church's youth group my sophomore and junior year, and I was a local like youth ambassador for my school at a like speaker series event, and that was my sophomore, junior, and senior year. And then I was a local youth grant maker where we like gave money to local nonprofits and like reviewed applications and stuff. So I did that my junior and senior year. And then I did a summer program at ASU, Arizona State, for 3 weeks. It was like residential. I like lived on campus and took classes on artificial intelligence. So I did that the summer before my senior year. And I was in AVID all 4 years of my high school, which is like a college prep course thing where I took a class every year for the 4 years.
My extracurriculars in high school were that I was part of band and marching band. I do a lot of local governmental things such as youth in government, participating in political campaigns. I'm a school district ambassador, and I participate in my school's Junior World Affairs Council. I was also a gymnast, but that doesn't really matter that much.
And so for extracurriculars, I'm a part of the National Honor Society, World Language Honor Society, and Science National Honor Society. I also am a part of the robotic competition team at my school, where I am co-captain, Diversity Club, where I'm vice president, and Young Adult Advisory Council, where I'm president. I also do sports. So in the fall, I play volleyball. In the winter, I fence, and then in the spring, I play badminton. And so for fencing, I was an all-county fencer my junior and senior year. And for badminton, I was a all-conference player my junior year. And I also volunteer with the Detroit Association of America, where I'm a youth ambassador. And I'm also part of my school's research program, where I do behavioral research.
As for my extracurriculars, I was a part of the cross-country team and ran varsity for 2 years and was awarded Most Improved. I was also student ambassador at my school, where I helped plan student events. I was also a mentor in this mentorship program at my school, and it helped students in younger grades deal with personal and school-related stress. And I didn't really hold any leadership positions, but I was a board member for the World's Cultural Club at my school.
At my high school, I am president of the Femineers Club, which is a club geared towards encouraging more women to join STEM fields. This is my second year being president. I am also part of the technology pathway at my school, which allowed me to become certified in SolidWorks. I have also been a part of a team to compete in the UCI Energy Invitational, my team winning both years we competed. I was also a part of a team to compete in a competition called STEM on the Sidelines, which my team also won for that. The summer after my junior year, I interned at the Boeing Company for 8 weeks. And finally, I am an Algebra 2 tutor. I tutor my 2 cousins on the weekend, and I tutor a class during school. Oh, I also did track and field for 3 years, where I ran hurdles.
And I was recognized as a National Hispanic Scholar, and I was awarded the Harvard book from my AP Lang teacher. In high school, I spent 4 years in the musical theater program and participated in 9 yearly shows and competitions with the program. I was also an intern at the Marin Community Clinics, where I translated for doctors. I also translated my school's announcements and translated for Spanish-speaking students in peer court at my school. And I was part of the Link Crew program. I was a Link Crew leader for 2 years, which is basically to help incoming freshmen. And I created a bilingual ukulele and singing class for low-income elementary schoolers.
My extracurriculars include 4 years of the Hispanic Club, which includes a lot of activism, a lot of protests, 3 years of track and cross country, which I was captain in the last year. I was vice president of my class, currently still vice president of my class. And I participated in the gardening club just for fun.
And I guess my tip for this whole college admission process is tell your story, show who you are, just show your admissions officer your story, just be yourself. I know it's really cliche, but it works out.
You need to find a passion or something that you love and make your application surround it, because that passion will definitely show to admissions officers. You don't need a perfect score on any test. And don't sell yourself short. Don't play it safe and be like, I'm not gonna apply to this school because I don't think I get in. Take the risk.
If I had to give any advice to anybody trying to apply to Stanford, is to be yourself in your essays. So when I was thinking about how to write the essays, how to approach them, I thought they'd have to be really professional and really cordial. But then I looked up examples and they're kind of like quirky, they're funny, they're really like showing their true selves and they're not being like robots like I expected them to be. And then my admission officer, she said she really liked my roommate essay, which was the one where I tried to show like my humor, I guess you could say, and then she really commended that. So I think the admissions officers really just want to see you as a person and not see you as like some sort of statistic and number, but they really want to see your true personality. So if you're watching this right now and you want to go to Stanford later, you're trying to apply to top school, I wish you best of luck. Thank you.
So basically some tips that I can give you about the Stanford application process is basically really focus on your essays a lot. Because clearly, as you'll see, because of me and some of the other people in this video, we don't all have like perfect test scores or like perfect grades. Not all of us have straight A's, so it's not like that's what you need to get into Stanford. Really show yourself and who you are in your essays, because that's the type of people that they want to see. I know I spent so much time on my essays. I went through like 6 drafts of like my big personal essay for the Common App. And then all of my other, like Stanford has like 12 total essays or something like that. Even though most of them are short, like 50 words, it's still like super, like really deep stuff that you can get into those essays.
What really matters about getting into Stanford is that you're really intentional with what you do and that you can present yourself well. So in my case, I presented the fact that I bring this like unique perspective to explore computer science. While it's not necessarily about what you have achieved, even though like if you have great achievements, it can really show them that you're really dedicated or that you really have the ability to succeed. But yeah, it's mostly about self-presentation and your own commitment to things. So it was less about that I was good at computer science and more that I had a vision for how I want to help people in the future, what I want to do, stuff like that. Essays are also very integral, and you need to be able to have a lot of personality in them when you write them.
And if I had one piece of advice for someone looking to apply to Stanford, it would be to show what you're passionate about, because I feel like admissions officers just really want to know what you're passionate about and like what you want to do to change the world and to better their campus.
And then my advice for anyone who wants to come to Stanford, or anybody who wants to apply to Stanford, just be yourself and just have fun with your application. Like my application was probably like the most fun to fill out. It's a lot of questions. Just be yourself. Just show you where you really are. It doesn't matter if you just come off as goofy, because if you have the grades and you have the test scores, you're fine. So just have fun. Thank you.
The advice that I would give would be to have a theme for your essay that your essay focuses on. For example, mine was my heritage and my love for music. So that really helps you, and to also have like a story woven into your essay. And I would also recommend that you show that you're more than just a hard worker. For example, I put in my future roommate essay that I like going to raves. So you can show that you are multifaceted in your character.
Some advice I would give to people applying is to not be afraid to show who you really are in your application. I was the most honest in my Stanford application because it was literally my last application. And I got in as I didn't get into the other schools where I hid my true interest the most.
Advice I would give to future applicants applying to Stanford or any competitive schools is to show these admissions officers that you're more than just a bunch of stats on a paper. A lot of people applying to these schools have very similar stats, so you need to show what meaningful contributions you could bring to campus, and you convey this through your essays. Your essays are your opportunity to show your character, your ambitions, your values, everything that makes you special and why you deserve to be admitted.